good time to come out anyway.
Yeah. Okay, hello everyone. As you can tell, we are having a little bit of a merry chat, and everybody is a lot warmer than I am today.
Wonder why?
Thanks. I wonder why. And today we have our guest devil presenter.
Hi.
And this is Leonard, of course, from the sports desk. So, Leonard, what do you do there?
I write for the sports section. I cover different sports from football to Formula 1 to a bit of golf. But my first love, of course, is football, like everyone else around here.
Everyone else here. Oh, so he's another lucky guy that one of our famous frequent flyer mile collectors here, Ben, would like to say. Ben always wants to be an assistant to sports desk.
If there is an opening, I'll let you know.
Thank you.
I'll call you first thing.
And then, of course, is Ben. Now, Ben is an Arsenal supporter. He's also a teacher, right? And a fantastic commentator. I swear he can actually become a commentator one of these days.
So.
Okay. If you're listening out there. And, of course, we have Ryan. Ryan, you've seen him before as well, Ryan. Haven't you been here?
Yes.
You
Once
have.
before.
Once before, so he's making a comeback, Ryan.
Yes.
And of course, you know who he supports from the colours, man. Solidarity right there, man. Right there, man. Vamos. Yeah. And we're doing well right now. And of course, over to... don't laugh, one. Okay. And right to my right, we have Sean. Okay, now Sean has been on here as well. He's also a PE teacher.
Yep.
Yeah, man. So you very fit also lah, Sean?
He looks pretty dark.
He looks pretty tan.
Spend some time in the sun, I'm sure.
Yeah. Used to be tall, dark, and handsome. Now he's
You still are.
tall and handsome in the dark.
Okay, let's maybe later we'll switch off the lights.
But he is our resident Spurs fan.
Yeah.
Yes.
Third time here. But
Third time here. Why do you say yeah with such a...
Yeah. The past 2 visits wasn't that... Wasn't
This
is a great time to be back.
Yeah.
Collected 2 points of the 8 games, but now I can...
so now you can macho. Happy. Okay, and of course we have Sam. Now Sam has been here before as well, and Sam is... Yeah, you have been here?
No,
you have not.
No.
How can you have not been
Deja
here?
vu?
Yes. Okay, so a big welcome to Sam.
Hi.
Hello, Sam. Okay, now Sam, he is well, I don't like his team, but he loves his team.
Yeah.
Yeah, and one is grumbling because, as you can see, one wears the...
I have airlines over there.
Yeah, you have an ally right there,
Yeah.
a Manchester United fan.
right.
How do you think you guys are doing?
Well, we are always fine, and we always make room for others to improve and chase. So, it's always a fair and square games. I mean, I'm a very modest kind of supporter. I'm not those kind of cut head throat everything,
And you're not a champion supporter either, right? You were saying.
Never in my life.
So you supported them from when you were 7?
Yeah.
Whoa.
Listen to the BBC.
Respect. Yeah, that's how I got into listening to the BBC.
Yeah.
Watching BBC?
Yeah,
Listening to the radio.
Because
Since he was 7 years old.
Yeah. That was back in the 70s when
they didn't have
we had to walk for like half an hour to 45 minutes to one neighbor who always have a radio, and we are tuning to BBC.
World Service, right?
Yeah.
Well, this is like hardcore.
I grew up in a kampong, and then you don't get to have a lot of people have radios and TVs in that time, and
Kampung.
So the Saturday night ritual will be everyone gather around the
correct.
radio.
Yes, and mind you, during that time is a lot of Man Utd and Liverpool.
That's it.
Quite some Spurs as well, right?
Yeah, one of my cousin is a Spurs fan.
This is like a retro night.
In the 80s,
retro.
Yeah, the 80s. I mean, until now, he still believe that Gary Lineker is still the best.
Title shots.
Because now, when you walk, you can see all the lines,
the
everything.
muscles, rippling.
Yeah.
And Sam has an unusual vocation. He's actually a florist.
Oh yeah.
Yes. So
Flowers, call me.
yeah.
I give you a hotline.
Yeah. So you can. He's at Treetops, right?
Treetop.com,
Yeah, treetops.com. So today we are going to talk about some of the matches that happened over Wednesday. Now, there were some very interesting matches. But first, let's take a look at the tables. Now, let's see who is on top of the tables right now. Okay? Hell yeah!
It won't happen for too long.
Still no Man U.
Okay, at top 5, still no Man United. So, Sam, your team
Getting there. It's still early.
Leonard, you are being too kind, man.
It's only 10. The figures haven't reached 3 yet. It's not 30 games, It's still early. Still early.
One quarter.
Well, well, yes, this is the top 5. But 3 people tied in for 3rd place: Arsenal, Aston Villa, and Hull. What do you think of that?
Surprisingly, Hull is still doing well, but they had, I think, they were brought down to earth by Chelsea over the weekend. Over on Wednesday.
Yeah, on Wednesday.
And maybe by Man Utd
It felt like the weekend, though.
I think I have to respect them. It's like they actually had broke the traditional for the new team that came up to the league, and I would say that they played very well.
They play as a team, as a team, I guess.
And they're still at top 5.
Yeah.
I'll say that.
Yes, they have our respect. Let's take a look also at our bottom 5 table. This one, some people, like some fans here, might not like lah, huh?
One
fan lah. I was being polite. Okay, so, Tottenham still points, but they did score, so you know.
Yeah,
They
6
did.
goals in last 2 games.
Exactly, which is not too bad. You guys are putting points on the grid.
But they're not
slowly
catching
but
up.
surely.
I mean, 4 in the last 1 game. 4, 2 in the last 3 minutes.
Ayo.
But that's lousy defending by Spurs.
That is the
Arsenal.
rubbish defending by Arsenal.
Yes.
You see, it's from there you can just tell the experience that comes in the game itself. That's
We'll
what
come to that. We'll come to that.
We'll come to that. Okay, first we are going to talk about the Chelsea versus Hull match. Now, as we all know, Chelsea 3, Hull 0. Now,
That's a wrong logo.
Hey,
this one I think
A few times now, huh?
yes,
someone
a few
sneaked in
times
and
now.
put a
Anytime to flash a devil at a pitch rock, right?
It's alright. This is what's going to happen.
I think it's going to happen.
someone prediction for the
Okay, so what do you guys think of that match? The Chelsea versus Hull.
I think Hull were lucky to catch Chelsea after they lost to Liverpool.
Hell yeah! Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
So I think it was bound to happen because
Chelsea wanted to send a message out, I guess.
that's
yeah?
it. And Hull
Bounce
were
back
bound.
from that.
It was bound to. They were bound to have a bit of a stutter in their run. But I mean, when we showed the top 5, I think the table doesn't lie. They've played 10 games. That's a quarter of the season, and they're still in the top 5. And you can't say it's luck
just like Sam
anymore
was saying, huh?
because they have played Arsenal, beaten Arsenal, played Spurs, beaten Spurs, beaten a host of other teams. In fact, the only other loss is to Wigan of all teams. So I think they deserve to be there. And another team that's come up, Aston Villa. Nobody's been talking about Villa,
Yeah, no hate.
but they've been quite. I think I would see
Under
them
the
as
radar.
dark horses because everyone is focusing on either the usual top 4 or Hull.
Hull, yeah.
Nobody's talking about Villa, but they're quietly getting up there.
For the last 5 seasons.
So, Sam, you think Aston Villa has a chance?
I mean, all the while they are playing very well. I would say that they are more consistent kind of teams in the league itself. And, they are not a championship teams, but they play their heart out every single game that you can see. You see, and I really like the players, the way they approach the games. No matter who you are, you just go and play what a footballer is supposed to do. Unlike the Chelsea, the Arsenal, the Big Four, the way they approach the game is very different. They say, "Hey, I'm a big brothers. I'm going to take you down right away." Yeah, that kind of stuff. So when you come to Villa, I think that they don't give you a damn about what you coming at. You give me 1, I'll try to give you 2 back. Simple. Simple.
So, yeah, Villa might
They're very down to earth kind of players.
slow and steady might win the race after all, man.
You never know.
You
never
never
know
know.
who's going to buy Villa up and then start to throw that money.
Randy Leonard, I don't think Randy Leonard will sell. I think he's on.
I think he's in it for the long term as well. Yeah.
Yeah.
Long haul. Well, it can be lucky, that they don't sell out.
One oil man keep knocking. Excuse me. You want somebody?
Hello.
Yeah, that's the thing.
Yeah, but oil prices are going down, so we don't know about those oil barons right now, man.
But I don't think so. That's going to happen for the next
I don't
couple of
think it's
years.
gonna happen. Well, let's talk about your team. Your team, Manchester United, had a pretty good game with West Ham. Let's see the result. They actually 2-0, yeah?
Yeah.
How do you think they played?
I would say that they are still trying to get into the rhythms for the last 10 games. I mean, they don't play quite well for the first 5 and 6 kind of things. So I would say that the players is still trying to get into the rhythm and try to match up the momentum as they go along the way. And you actually see that Sir Alex is not, not...
Well, you call him Sir Alexa.
Yeah.
We call him Fergie.
I mean,
That one to respect.
yeah, respect that we have, He really did a great job in Man United.
Yeah.
And you can see he's not rushing. Even Dan comes down the roads, he's not rushing because...
A bit tortoise right now.
Yeah,
But
I mean...
season a bit slow,
Look,
yeah?
he's probably looking into Champions League, the League game, and FA Cup, everything all together. You know, we're going to take everything this season.
Oh,
I think Man U is waiting for the Christmas season.
waiting for Christmas.
Yes,
Why?
it's during the
unwrap
Christmas
the
season
presents.
where the
We
big
always
guys
go in full years.
start coming out.
Yeah.
So I think if Liverpool has to be champion, Christmas season is
It's crucial
a
for
crunch.
crucial for us.
Sure,
Yeah.
yeah.
It's a crunch.
And that's where I think the depth of the squad comes into play. So
Yeah.
because of the packed
I mean,
fixture list and
I
all.
wouldn't say that the current Man U squad is the best. I mean, it's like they are
Other
very-
than Ronaldo, you mean? Who I
he's not
like.
the best. I would say that. I
Yeah,
mean,
he's
he's
just
not the
cocky.
best. I would say that he's very skillful, and if you compare him to Ryan Giggs, he's not into the level yet.
Ryan Giggs at his prime, yeah. I
Yeah,
agree.
you see, a lot of my friends who watch the game, they knows, and judging by the games in West Ham itself, you can say that he just need to go in and just run into the right position, and just tap the ball in. Simple as that.
Might be.
The first one and the second one, it does the same job. They just go right in the middle, the ball square to him, does the job. Sometimes I like to just write and say, why don't just change his position from a winger to a striker and let Rooney go to the wingers and play the thing himself.
Yeah.
You never know. Things
Then-
happen.
Maybe. But like Ryan was saying, Liverpool maybe might have to wait for the Christmas season, right? We better not have too much.
If you're leading right now, then the Christmas season will tell whether we can be genuine title contenders.
Okay, well,
see.
we did pretty well in this match. So let's see the score for that. That was the Liverpool versus Portsmouth. Portsmouth.
Yeah.
Yeah, I always Portsmouth, everything. Every week I change my pronunciation.
Portsmouth.
Yeah, so I have to think of a pot and a smurf.
Yeah.
Right, Leonard, you
Yeah,
were teaching me
true,
just now.
yeah.
Portsmouth. Okay, so 1-0 Liverpool. Leonard, what did you think?
I think it was pretty. I would say lucky for Liverpool because.
Lucky, I thought Chelsea
No,
really
because
were lucky.
it
This one I thought
It was,
we
a,
were
it, was a
quite
penalty,
okay.
it was a penalty that was scored by Gerrard
Yeah,
after a handball.
Ex-
It could have been a draw, but
At 0-0.
I think Liverpool were controlling the game. They just didn't have to
Yeah.
finish there.
I expected Portsmouth to be defensive because that's how I think Tony Adams was thinking at the time. Since Liverpool is a counter-attacking team primarily, so we sit back and we let Liverpool pass around lah. Okay, so I think that's what Tony Adams was thinking. But I think Liverpool is evolving to a more attacking team now. They are passing well. They are running the channels. They have Robin Keane. So I think
The expensive buy.
expensive buy.
Well, he's delivering. He's delivering
Yes,
now.
for an old man, surprisingly so.
He's not always
20 million
28,
over.
right?
20 million.
Yeah, but like, I don't know.
He's okay. He's,
Yeah. He's
Maybe
good,
not this
but-
season, but not. I think this season he will not. He will take his time to adapt. So this season we will not see his true colours. Maybe next season.
But I think his strength is he's opening up the spaces for people like Torres and all that
Yeah.
in the centre.
And Torres
Yeah,
is
yeah.
hot, baby, hot. Yeah, sorry. That was just, yeah. But how do you think Portsmouth played, Ben?
I didn't actually watch the game, so I can't
But how do you think
comment.
Portsmouth has been playing
I
so
think
far?
they've been doing well, and I'm a big fan of Tony Adams, obviously, Mr. Arsenal.
Really?
Yeah.
Oh.
Arsenal, one club
Arsenal.
man. He only played for
club
one
man.
club his entire life. 23 years at the club or something.
Yeah.
Anyway, only
That is the only reason why.
only captain to captain a winning side in 3 different decades. Anyway, sorry. So back to Tony Adams. I think you're right because he knows he's got big shoes to fill. This is his first
After
Premiership
Redknapp's
job,
departure, yeah.
and he's schooled by George Graham the art of defending. So he knows what to do, and he's smart. For him now, Portsmouth, stay in the league, stay mid-table. You don't care about getting 3 points every game. Against Liverpool, just go and defend. It's only
Try
for
for
them.
the draw, huh?
They
Yeah.
need the 3 points. So in that sense, I suppose you can say Liverpool were lucky. But I think to go off Portsmouth and go to Liverpool, I think Liverpool are. It wasn't you who said it. It was the Chinese paper sports editor guy. who's-
Yes.
I can't remember his name. Liverpool, I think, are the team to beat now. Because they've delivered it. They've not lost. 10
Yes,
games
yeah.
unbeaten.
Hell yeah!
They've played both the big teams and won. They've played the small
Gotcha.
teams and got results. And even the Stoke, they were unlucky. They had a good goal disallowed. So
yeah.
you can, whichever way you look at it, it's still them. So it's.
But
it's
we have brought it on.
but now
Anyway.
it's seeing it
Scratch
through
that.
because but I think there are enough players there who've been so close and denied to see it through. I think Gerrard really wants it.
Hungry.
Yeah.
Hungry.
And it's rubbing off, I think, on the rest of the team.
I think
as
so.
well,
I think so. Yeah.
I'm hungry also.
We are hungry. We haven't had silverware in a long time. We haven't
19
been able
years.
to eat off any silver. And speaking of being close, like you were saying, now Sean is a friend of yours.
Yes.
And there
very
was an Arsenal Spurs match. Let's take a look at the results first before we look at Sean and see whether or not your friendship was
I need to go to the toilet.
Okay, so that was 4-all. Okay. Let's cut back to the face of Sean. Ding, 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 ding. Okay, so how? Did it test your friendship with Ben
I
at all?
didn't stay up to watch, but I was on the internet last 5 minutes. But
Were you
The
surprised?
most important 5 minutes.
yeah,
The most
up to
important
85 minutes, it was still 4-2, so congrats, Ben.
I stayed up to watch, and it was going great. And then the TV connection cut out.
Oh,
And I'm so sure there was a portion of things come. True enough, when the connection came back, it was 4-3. And then the way Arsenal were playing jittery after that, it was 4. I was like,
oh my
Deja vu.
gosh. It's like, it was a sign, it was an omen. Definite omen. Did you actually expect that kind of outcome?
not at 4-2 up, not before the television got cut off. But for some bizarre reason, when the connection lost, I suddenly panicked because it's almost as if because you can't see your team, you're wondering whether they're still doing the same. Not as if I had anything to do with it, but that's how bad sometimes you get into a game, into a club, into a fandom, if that's a word. Fanaticism that you think that you somehow have a say in the game. By changing channel or not changing channel or turning off or not turning off. But anyway, yeah, so yeah, for me, that... Well, I was so upset.
It's a loss for words.
Okay.
Take it. It's only 10.
And to be honest, the last time Arsenal did something like this that I saw, I was actually live. Filbert Street, Leicester City. Before I flew back from the UK. Most amazing game. Arsenal were leading 2-0 comfortably with about 89 minutes, and they conceded a goal, 2-1.
Oh.
Dennis Bergkamp had scored the first 2 goals. Both were fantastic goals. Dennis Bergkamp then scored the third goal, 3-1. In injury time, Leicester City came back with 2 goals, 3-all.
In injury time.
In injury time. But Arsenal went on to win the league.
So you think it might be a sign of good things for Arsenal?
Maybe.
And Dennis Bergkamp's 3 goals, all 3 goals for that month's top 3 goals of the month.
Of the league.
You must understand that there's
All
no
three
Dennis Bergkamp these years.
No, and there was no Aston Villa then. This season,
No,
Yeah.
okay.
the 4th place, Aston Villa. The 5th,
to the
That's the
aspects.
point.
Arsenal.
Yes.
I think this season, the problem with Man Utd this season, they cannot leave it too late.
Yeah.
Because if they leave it too late, there's Villa, as you said, and there's Hull. Don't discount Hull, because what Hull has to still do is they still need to... I think the reason Hull have done so well is because they've come up and said every game we're going to fight for every single game. That's what we need to do to stay up.
Yeah.
And ironically, that's what you need to be champions as well, because the mentality you need to stay out of relegation and stay in the top is the same mentality.
That's right, it's the same.
And that's why, ironically, if you look back at the past tables, the teams that have done well, promoted, are the ones that actually come up through the playoffs.
Yeah.
Because these are the ones who know that it's going to be a fight for us. So every game we're going to go and we're going to fight. And if Hull can do that and get their 40 points, then it's really a test of the manager's skill then to say, okay, you've got 40, now we're going to take the same mentality and keep playing. Let's see where we go. And if they do that, it's really going to be hard to break back in, because
Yeah, it is, man.
they've done it with the same players. It's the mentality, and I don't see the mentality change. The biggest thing is when they hit that 40-45 mark, whether they suddenly say, we're safe. And then you see the standards drop.
Yeah.
Hastings.
While you're on Hull,
While we're on Hull?
I'm going to stick my neck out and say they're going to take points off Man Utd this weekend.
Whoa! We'll go to that after the break. But first, how do you think you fared against Arsenal?
Well done.
I think, like what I said just now, like 4 points from 2 games is a good result. But then
Twice
again,
as many as they got in the previous 8.
Yeah.
we're still winning, and we are still relativity. We're still at the
You're still at the
bottom.
bottom. But it's starting to play better. Do you think there is a turnaround about to come?
Yeah, definitely. I think Harry Redknapp is the man for that particular job. For the fact that he has brought
Yes.
Portsmouth
There is
out.
a quality in the Spurs team itself.
If-
You can't be denying.
And if there was ever a manager that they could bring in after sacking, it was Redknapp.
Yeah, you have to be him.
Senior,
At
of
this
course.
juncture,
We are talking
After
about
that, we're
senior.
discussing who should be taking over Ramos.
It should be
After
Redknapp.
Yeah.
Newcastle, such a
Yeah.
big club, you
Yeah.
had
Yeah.
what, Joe Kleiner. Climate.
Well, let's
clean up the act.
exactly. Let's take a short break. After this, we will be talking about the guy that they were all talking about, Mr. Harry himself. Take a short break.
Who said he was Arsenal?